The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for taking the time to attend this live briefing. My name's Ishwar Iyer, and I'm one of the lead forecasters here at the Wakefield office. And we'll go ahead and get started here. Any changes from the previous briefing yesterday? The low water advisory has expired, and the gale warnings have been downgraded to small crafts for the marine area. And then we'll be monitoring this potential, but it looks likely that most of our area west of the bay will see a hard freeze Tuesday morning. But until then, just cooler and dry today with some patchy frost possible tonight. And then dry weather continues through Friday with maybe some very light rain showers Friday night, but nothing really appreciable. And then warm this weekend with 70s in a good chunk of the area on both days. But on Sunday, as that strong cold front approaches, do expect at least scattered showers along and ahead of that front later Sunday into Sunday night, with in addition to some gusty winds both ahead of and behind that front. And the coldest air of the season thus far is going to move into the area on Monday and Tuesday, with highs struggling to get to 50 degrees both days, and lows in the 20s to low 30s, away from the Atlantic coast. And a hard freeze again is likely in most areas west of the bay Tuesday morning. And marine conditions, small crafts again remain in effect. And additional small crafts and possible gales are in the forecast from late this weekend into early next week. And just looking at the weather pattern today, the high pressure briefly settles over the area later today and tonight, quickly moves offshore tomorrow, which will lead to that warming trend for tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday, still warm, but the chance of showers increases along and ahead of that front, with some winter weather well away from the area on Sunday and Monday. And Monday, much colder, with highs really struggling to get to that 50-degree mark. Just for the next 72 hours, you can see the potential for very light rain showers Friday night, but really won't amount to much of anything. If we're lucky, a tenth of an inch here. And then the rain chances actually increase after Sunday morning, with potentially up to a quarter of an inch possible later Sunday and into Sunday night. And in terms of the wind, the gusty winds this morning do diminish later today and become lighter calm tonight. And then gusty winds again are expected out of the south on Friday, generally to potentially up to 25 to 30 miles an hour, and then less wind on Saturday, and then the winds pick up again on Sunday ahead of that front. And the main story here early next week is the fact that we're going to see the coldest air of the season thus far, with nearly 100% probabilities for a freeze across much of the area, with decent probabilities, 50 to 80% of a hard freeze west of the bay, with less probabilities near the bay and especially near the coast. But again, any exposed and vulnerable pipes could freeze Tuesday morning, given that temperatures are expected to be below freezing for several hours, with a hard freeze likely across a good part of the area. Again, forecast lows in the mid to upper 20s for a lot of locations. And in terms of high temperatures, just struggling to get to 50 degrees on Monday and Tuesday. And then you can see rain chances do increase a little bit on Sunday. Not everyone's going to see rain, since there's going to be showery in nature with the stuff ahead of and along that front. And then looking ahead to later next week, we'll actually see a warming trend after Tuesday, and highs should be well into the 60s as we get later into the week, with fairly minimal rain chances as it looks right now. And in terms of marine conditions, this is for this morning, and we still have small crafts with a few gale gusts out there, and then we got another round of small crafts possible later tomorrow, and more unsettled marine conditions later this weekend into early next week, as you can see the potential for gale conditions once again as we head into Monday night. And in terms of the marine wind forecast, diminishing winds later today, tonight, another round of small crafts likely out of the south on Friday into part of Friday night, and a short period of benign conditions on Saturday, and then an increase in winds you can see after Sunday, and especially early next week out of the west to northwest behind that cold front. And wave heights again tracking with the winds, decrease today and then increase a little bit back up to small craft levels by later tomorrow. And again, the maximum wave heights generally nothing out of the ordinary for this time of year. And with that, I will jump back to our key points and open it up to any questions. Thanks again for your time. I'll hold on here for a few minutes in case there are questions.